guys, I'm Resident Uprising and welcome to my first Rome 2 game commentary. This is an online battle. As you can see, this is a replay here of a battle I did yesterday with my two friends. It was them two versus me. I was playing as Rome. And yeah, let's have a look at my army. So first here, I have some Equites here, some heavy cav. And they're quite heavily armoured, and I put quite a few upgrades on them, but I decided to go with a mainly infantry force. I didn't bring any archers because it was quite a high money battle and I don't normally do that. But on the flanks here I have 2 units of Triarii. They were fairly upgraded, and then the other flank I have 2 more units of Triarii. And then in the middle I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Evocati cohorts on the front line. And I have 5 units on the back line as well, and then of course I have my general's bodyguard. So yeah, that's my army. So let's go and have a look at Boho's army. Boho, he was one of the friends I was playing with, and this is his army. He's got, as you can see, quite a big infantry force as well, but he's gone a bit less on the upgrades, I think. So he's got more troops, but they're not as powerful as mine. So we've got some veteran spears here. What are these? Some sword followers, no, sword followers, more sword followers. So it looks like he's got the front line of sword followers flanked by veteran spears, and on the back he's got some axe. He has a row of axe warriors, which are quite difficult to take down since they've got armor piercing on their axes. And also he's got some noble horses with his general. And if we go all the way over here, helping Titus's army, who we'll look at in a sec, he's got some heavy horsemen who you'll see in a little bit when the battle starts. They become a bit of a problem. So let's have a look at Titus's army. So on the team of Boho is Titus. He has not many troops, but they're heavily upgraded. So his infantry, as you'll see in a bit, they took quite a while to take down. But he's got 5 units, of elite Persian archers. Which would be very good in a low money battle, but as you can see I have all these heavy shields and stuff like that, so they didn't do much in this battle. And then at the back row he has 5 units of royal guards, which are very elite units, and they take me ages to take down. And then he has a royal cavalry unit here with his general in. So this is what the battle plan looks like. This is my army here versus the 2 enemy armies of Boho and Titus. And let's get into the battle. Right. Okay, as you can see, the first move here is by Titus, who's moving up his skirmishers and his whole army, and he's going to try and take this area here. And Boho's moving up his cav just to support him, since his royal guards, his royal cavalry are good, but I have the superior cav here. Because I have 2 units of shot cavalry, whereas he only has 1. But this heavy horse comes into play at the early stages of the game to basically defend Titus. So he's moving his army up to here, where he's just going to position around here with his archers, and he's going to position his phalanx behind. But what I see he's moved his archers out before his army, so I try and race in with my cavalry, and I try and see if I can get there quick enough, which is quite a risk, but I try and take it, since he's taking those archers out will probably be quite good early game, which, to be honest, it didn't really matter too much, but still I just tried to do it anyway. But I don't get there in time, so I changed my target to his cavalry, and you'll see a cav clash here. I'm getting a shot a bit, but it's not too bad. So yeah, that didn't go too well for me. I'm now in engagement with his cav, so his archer shouldn't be too much of a problem. But his cav slightly beating me, but not too much. And then I noticed Boho's cavalry coming in, which catches me on the tail and then kills quite a few of my guys. And my guys start wavering. But I get out of there just in time, but I suffered heavy losses in that charge. So yeah, that was my first mistake in the battle. Oh. And Boho tries to chase me, so I bring out some Triarii here just to see how far he will go. But he pulls back at the last minute, which is a shame, because I could have taken his cav out there and then, which would have been a lot better. and I spot that Boho's moving forward here, and he starts to move right towards me, but then you'll notice later on that he moves left, which confuses me slightly, but it means that I have a bit of an advantage in the battle. Because basically, if Titus and Boho had both gone at me at the same time, they would have crushed me easily. But it didn't turn out like that. But I moved my backline here to face Boho because I see him coming straight towards me. But then, as you can see here, he's starting to move to the right, which at first I thought he was trying to surround me, but he moved quite far out to the right, which was kind of confusing. But you know, Boho is a strange boy. I love you, Boho. But yeah, I moved my infantry, my first lineup, to face Titus's Bactrian army, Bacterian as we call them. We need to take out this bacteria here, get rid of the virus. I know they're different things, but still. And I move this second line to face his sword followers here, his army, Boho's. Boho's using more of a barbarian army, which are good for charging, but they're not too good at defense, which you'll see comes in later play. That gives me a bit more of an advantage. He doesn't use. I get in a position where he can't use the charge. But I start moving my guys forward, and I do something that I've hardly ever done here because he's got all these archers. Yeah, I form a Testudo just because I can, and it looks cool. It didn't really help that much, but I thought it looked cool, so I did it anyway. They weren't really going to kill any of my guys. Well, they were going to kill like 1 or 2 of the archers, but nothing severe because my guys have big shields. But this looks cool, so I did it anyway because I do things to look cool, not to win. But yeah, so I have my Testudo infantry pushing up here, and you can see Boho's army still in the back there. Oh, that was a bit weird. His army's still here, and I'm just forming up to face him. And as you can see, if I press space, I'm forming up my men in this line here. So I'm getting kind of close to his men now, and ooh, some guys actually did die from that. Ooh, are you okay? I'm sorry, boy. Yeah, but I think I advance a little bit more, and then I think I go for it. So they still pelted me with arrows, but I'm taking not too many casualties. As you can see, there's quite a few deaths, but nothing too bad. Nothing that's going to really affect the tide of the battle too much because he's just aiming at the front of them. And most of the arrows are bouncing off, but as you can see, I'll get to about here, and then see I've broken the formation Testudo, and I charge at his archers just to push them back, and I forgot to turn Pila off, so that guy's got Pila sticking in him. So that was a bit of a waste of a volley, but I still did it, and I've got my Triarii just hanging back there. I'm not doing anything much with them. But what I decided to do, instead of charging straight in, you'll see my guys are halting, and Titus got kind of confused at this, and then he realised what I was doing, and you'll see in a second. I'm just doing it so I can get my Pila out and fire a few volleys at him. Not that it did anything because he was in a shield wall, but it looked cool, and as I said before, I do things to look cool. Pila's normally devastating against weakly armoured units or medium armoured units, but these are really heavily armoured units, so it wasn't too bad. But then I decided, because he was in this sort of formation and I'd be fighting slightly uphill anyway, I moved this Ivati cohort and another Ivaki cohort up to the side, and I'm going to try and flank him there, and I've charged in with my units here. So we're having a bit of a fight out here, and I think, yeah, these guys last for ages, but what I've done, Boho's made the mistake of pulling all the way out here, which probably isn't good for Titus because they've kind of split up completely now. But so I've just decided to pull all my army this way, since he's not going to be a problem for a while yet. And I think he does start to slowly march towards me in a bit, but not right now. So I'm starting to move my cav here, just to take out his archers because they're shooting my flanking units at the back here. And he got a little cav charge on my guys there. Didn't do too much, but he started to run away because I brought my Triarii in. Right, so my whole army's positioned here now. Well, the other line of the army. I've just got them a bit closer just in case I need to commit them into this battle here. And as you can see, their Royal Guard it's not budging at all here. They're really strong, these Royal Guards. So I realised I wasn't really going to get anywhere unless I got some proper flanking manoeuvres in. So I think in a bit I'll start to move this infantry up. But I see Boho's heavy horse that scared me away before coming back in. So I knew he was going to go for them, so I decided to come at him from both sides. Which I think he would have won this engagement if I didn't bring these Triarii in that I brought in a second. And I don't think Boho saw that until they'd already engaged, so it was hard for him to pull out. But yeah, so as I said before, I started to flank them so I could get some good kills in there and hopefully rout his Royal Guards, which were still holding their ground. And I'm moving up 2 more units here and another Ivaki cohort and some more Triarii just to support the flanks here. And yeah, my little cav units doomed. That was the one that got destroyed at the very beginning. But so yeah, we have a little battle here with the Triarii and his heavy cav against 2 units of my cav, which I think I came out on top of this little engagement here, and that meant I could get rid of his cav, which made it a lot easier for me. So yeah, his men start to waver now. So I've got this unit of Triarii out up here who had just been chasing these guys for ages, and they've caught like a few of them in the back, but they've not been able to do too much. So I think I do carry on chasing for a little bit, but then I bring them round here. Yeah, I think I'm bringing them round now, and I'm committing some more troops into the battle here. This unit of Triarii I'm bringing around the back here. And this unit of Titus Elite Persian Archers, as you can see, have run out, so they're charging in, they've run out of ammo. Probably not the best idea, but you know, you might as well. So I see his cav coming back, just walking, see if I can catch them, but no, he was able to pull out at the last second. And yeah, his archers are routing completely. But then we got a breakthrough. His first unit of Royal Guards here is completely surrounded and they broke. So that means I've freed up 4 units here, 3 or 4 units here that I can move in to the back of them and surround these guys here. And this unit starts to waver here as well. And it looks like things are going well for me at the moment. I think what's happened is that Boho, as you can see, is slowly marching towards me. But he should have come in straight away to help Titus, but he didn't, so he kept his army out there. So I heavily outnumbered Titus, and I had some equally, well, probably not equally good, but pretty good infantry as well. And I really like them because they're really good value for money. I know it sounds like Sagewees, but they're only like 900, and they're really, really good at melee and defense and things. So I see his massive army here, and I know that he's barbarians, so he can easily just charge me, and he'll probably be able to take mine out, because if you look over here you can see I've lost a lot of men here in this engagement. You can see a whole line of my guys just bordering the blue bodies with red ones, and as you can see I'm just chasing down his final units of archers, which shouldn't last too long. But yeah, I've taken some heavy casualties. As you see, 120 down to 88. This was, oh, that's still full. So I think these were the ones that weren't engaged that I kept back. But there's stuff like this, 120 down to 48, which was really depleted, and 120 down to 27. This was, yeah, they look kind of tired, if I could say so, but happy nonetheless, which is what is important in battle. So this was the site of a bloody mess. Lots of death, the remaining routing units of Royal Guards, and that guy just said he fights for his lives, but he didn't really fight very well. No, I'm lying, they did. And his general started to waver, And this is the last unit of Titus's army, and he makes a last stand that will not be forgotten. It will go down in his history as a last stand of Titus. And he charges straight in to my infantry. Oh no, maybe he pulls out. But basically, he doesn't have a chance. My cav just chases him down. And that's the end of Titus. He has nowhere to run, I've just completely cut him off. And I just wanted to get these out of the way in case I did like a couple of rear charges in the actual battle between Bowhelm. Poor Horseshoe. Oh, you stabbed my guy in the face, that was a bit rude. Anyway, yeah, so I know these guys are barbarians, so they have charge bonuses. So what I decided to do, which may be seen as kind of a newbie tactic, I kind of defended this hill since I was depleted slightly, and he was completely fresh. He hadn't lost a single guy, and he was barbarians with the charge bonus as well. So he's put his guys into shield wall for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he thought I was going to charge down the hill. But yeah, informing my guys up here, I decided to put my people? Oh, they are people. My guys that have been depleted in the back row, just for some supporting units, and the front row I put my guys that hadn't fought or still had quite a lot of guys in the unit left. And I decided to flank with my cav here, my triarii. So I'm just going to fast forward the battle for a bit here because it's kind of a bit of a standoff. So I'm just going to fast forward it a little bit. Because Max decides he doesn't want to fight straight away. And he pulls back again and we have a bit of a standoff. And it gets kind of annoying. And it goes on for about 10 minutes. So I'll probably actually just skip the video until he makes his move. Right. So Max, he's just here and he's decided to push right a little bit. I think this was to try and draw my guys slightly off the hill maybe, and try and beat his guys out, but he doesn't push fully, so probably wasn't. But just sneeze then. Anyway, so we basically have this standoff with my battered, worn legionaries and his barbarians.
Anyway, I heard this story that... Nonsense! No commander of ours would do that with a goat.
Wow. Goat stories are great. Yay. But anyway, yeah, we go into another standoff that lasts for another bit of a while. So, oh, maybe he's moving again. I can't really remember, this was a while ago. Ah yes, so he decides to push his force right a little bit more, and I'm just going to fast forward it a little bit because it takes him a while to walk up the hill, because that's for reasons of walking uphillness. And yeah, so he's starting to advance now. I should probably put that in play mode. And he decides to push his noble horsemen right to try and draw my cavalry out, and it does work because I use my cavalry to test, see how many guys he would bring. So I move this cavalry unit left, and I send one unit of triarii with it, because I just want to see if he'd send any more units to support his cav here. And as you'll see in a little bit, I think he sends this unit of spearmen with him. So he just sends one unit. I think that's just to counter my one unit of triarii, which I could have beaten in a battle, but I didn't want to take it too far away from my main army in case he tried to envelop me. So yeah, we kind of having a cav standoff here as well as a full-on army standoff. And I know I keep going into this unit cam, I just really like it.
By the gods, they're approaching.
Right, so his whole army's starting to push up now. And his guys are getting ready. See, they're all psyched up already to kill some Romans. And let's see if my guys are doing the same. Yep, we're all psyched up, boys. We're ready for battle. We're ready for this war.
Cheer up! They die today!
He's moving up a little bit more. He likes to do things slowly, I had to say. But like me, he didn't bring any skirmishers, which is probably a good move. Skirmishers aren't too much use in big money battles. But I think he's starting to charge in now. So what I do is I bring my few units behind. I bring them out to the right hand side here, so I can pull his army apart a little bit and maybe get some flanking manoeuvres. And as you can see, it's working. He's starting to move up his axe warriors to this side, which is good for me. And obviously he's fighting uphill, so I have the advantage there as well. And yeah, my peeler's going now. Oh, that was brutal. Throw my peeler at his faces, and here comes the clash. So yeah, he does charge this little unit here, but I don't think they do too much damage to these guys. Although that guy just did get slaughtered. Whenever I say they didn't do too well or too much damage, my guys just get slaughtered. Oh. But as you can see here, I brought my cavalry round the back, my general's unit, and I'm going to do a little charge in the back of here, which doesn't do too much to their guys because I don't have too many cav. But I do the same on this side with this bigger unit, and I managed to rout these guys. Oh no, I just wavered them. But I think I'm going for another charge, and obviously I've brought these triarii around the back, and I put this triarii here just to defend in case that cav's trying to move up. So yeah, we have another charge here, and I brought there's a unit here of my guys, this unit that wasn't doing anything. So I brought them round, and now they're attacking these guys in the pub. So yeah, we've basically got these guys enveloped, and he starts chasing my cavalry with his veteran spears. I'm not quite sure why, since my guys just keep running away. So, but I think he does catch them at one point. I'm not quite sure, I can't remember. I decided to move around here, and I think I go for a backwards charge on there. Oh yeah, I do it with this cav unit. Oh, don't want to do that. So yeah, these guys start to waver, and they should rout in a little bit. Which means I've freed up this area here as well. And these spears that I talked about, they're engaged with some Evocati. Said it right this time. So I decided to move my cav in for a little bit of a charge there, but I didn't want to keep them in too long since they were spears and could handle my cav quite easily. And I've looped around this unit to attack these guys in the back. Sorry, I just like the kill animations. That unit's starting to rout now. This unit's starting to rout, and as you can see, it's not going too well for him. So every time one of his units routs, I can just move another I can just peel off another unit and another unit just to get around the back of the next one until they're all routing. And I forget about these units here, which is quite stupid on my part. And I'm bringing this unit back from chasing one of his other guys. So all these guys are starting to rout now. My cav's just mopping them up. My Evocati cohorts are just chilling, having some great banter with the guys next to them, saying, "Oh yeah, remember when we killed those stupid barbarians?" And yeah, that's basically his whole army dead, except from his general, obviously. But I'll just fast forward till I get his general, because there's another bit of a wait until we do that bit as well. So he decides just to do a last pitch charge into my men here, which does actually a lot of damage, I have to say. You can see all those people flying there. That guy's shield flew out his hand, everyone's dying, but he is surrounded, so there's not really anything he can do. And I just decide to charge down into his men here, and we have a nice little infantry fight to finish the battle off. As you can see now, his general's starting to waver, which is I would waver if I was surrounded by a ton of Romans, especially one like that guy with a little whoopee bit on his head. That looks so cool. And so yeah, there goes the battle. So I deployed 1,830, Belho deployed 1,560, and Titus deployed 1,110 units. And As you can see, I got the most kills here, or that's kind of expected since it was 2v1, so I had 2 armies to take out. So yeah, I got a ton more kills than them. But it was a good game to them too. It was our first. It wasn't our first game. Well, it was the first game with all 3 of us because we decided to do them 2 versus me because I'd beaten them both on our own. But so yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the battle. And leave a comment, subscribe and like the video if you want to see more. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!